happens in Kyrgyzstan once every 40 minutes. A woman is kidnapped and taken to a man who wants to marry her. She often doesn't even know him. Damira Raimbekova has experienced forced marriage herself at the age of 18. Damira later managed to escape. She's one of the few. Women's rights don't count for much in Kyrgyzstan. But Damira will not give up her fight. She continues to help women who are trying to get out of forced marriages. And she does it despite a lot of opposition from local residents. Damira Raimbekova travels around Kyrgyzstan a lot. She lives near the huge Izikyul Lake, about 300 kilometers east of Kyrgyzstan's capital, Bishkek. From here, it's just 150 kilometers to the Chinese border. Today, Dinara is moving into a new home. She too is a victim of forced marriage. It's called Alakachu. Dinara has just left her husband with Damira's help. Dinara will live here with her 4 children. There's no bathroom or kitchen. This is the only source of heat. Dinara stayed with her husband for 14 years until she found the courage to leave.
It happened in winter. Some men were riding by in a sleigh and asked me if I wanted a lift. I said, "No thanks, I'm almost home." A little later, 2 men grabbed me, threw a sheepskin over me, and took me far away. We came to a house, and they kept me in an empty room. There were always people around. I was never alone. For 10 days, they wouldn't even let me use the toilet by myself. They didn't want me to run away, and my parents didn't want me back. They couldn't afford to come after me, so I stayed.
Suddenly, Dinara's husband shows up. Someone in the village tipped him off, and he's very angry.
Turn off that camera.
But Damira won't be intimidated.
You're the children's father. You should take better care of them.
It's her fault. She doesn't want to live at home. She moved out and got a job.
Your wife doesn't drink, and she's found work to support her children. You beat her. I'll call the police and you'll go to court. We've got video that shows how badly you treat your wife and children.
Dinara doesn't say a word. She's frightened. Her husband has beaten her many times. But she stands by her decision to leave him. Still, living as a single mother in Kyrgyzstan takes courage. Dinara will sleep at her sister's place as a precaution.
Here, take my number. That way you can call me just in case he gets violent.
The following day, Damira visits a local cemetery. Many young women who've been kidnapped and forced into marriage later commit suicide. There are no official figures.
In many cases, girls who have been kidnapped see suicide as their only way out. It's like a form of protest. That's why our aid agency focuses on this problem. We've even brought the situation to the attention of the United Nations. This isn't a cultural tradition. It's a violation of human rights.
Damira also provides support for Mayram. She lives in the village of Tube. She's 23 years old and has a 1-year-old daughter. She doesn't want us to show her face. Few women dare to talk openly about their experiences. Myram, too, was kidnapped and forced to marry. The practice known as alakachu in Kyrgyz means to take a young woman and run away. Like so many other women in Kyrgyzstan, Myram had absolutely no say in the matter.
I worked as a seamstress in a nearby town. And of course, I didn't know this man. We met twice. The third time we met, he kidnapped me. He was 14 years older than I was. Everyone here knows that men kidnap their future wives. That's just how it is. I used to think that was normal, and that's how I would start a family. But I just couldn't do it.
Damira is visiting Myram and some other women who've suffered a similar fate. But they've got to be careful. In Kyrgyzstan, this kind of kidnapping is considered a man's traditional right, even though it's officially illegal. But the ban has little effect here in rural Kyrgyzstan.
We've got to help Damira find a better job so she can support her children.
And find her a good apartment. That's important.
Damira, bring along your documents Monday or Tuesday. Then we can at least try to apply for support for your children.
Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, Islam has regained an important role in Kyrgyzstan. Most couples now choose to get married by an imam, not in a registry office. Damira visits the young regional imam. During a discussion at the mosque, the imam insists that he doesn't perform marriage ceremonies that involve minors. But at the same time, he's expected to observe local customs.
There's a new law in Kyrgyzstan that makes it illegal to kidnap minors for marriage. So no imam would consent to such a marriage. But if he does, he has committed a crime under Islamic law. Every imam in Kyrgyzstan knows this.
But this law does nothing to protect women who are 18 or older. During this interview, several men come into the mosque and order Damira to leave. She isn't exactly popular around here because of her opposition to forced marriages. A lot of local men think that women should be silent and submissive. Damira has heard that kind of talk for years. Nobody has reported a single case of kidnapping in this region. She isn't surprised.
Girls are brought up to be obedient and pleasant. They've got to do all kinds of work for their husbands and relatives. This is instilled in them from an early age. And it helps to explain why women who have been kidnapped don't run off.
So the kidnapping continues, despite the fact that it's illegal. Damira was supposed to interview a policeman on the subject, but at the last minute, the officer's supervisor cancelled the interview. And in those rare cases when a kidnapping is reported, the police hardly ever take action. To them, it's simply a tradition.
Rape victims basically never go to the police. And when it comes to bride kidnapping, families tend to sort things out among themselves. It would be far too expensive for them to go to court.
But the biggest problem is that parents often do nothing to help their kidnapped daughters. It's considered disreputable for a woman to spend a night outside her parents' house. No man would then consider marrying her. And often the parents don't even want their daughter back.
За ней не приехали родители. Или даже если
Either the parents don't come for her, or they do come and tell their daughter she's got to stay, because this is where the imam is and where the wedding will take place.
Здесь уже имам, уже обряд нике провели. Все равно
They say she has to marry the man, and the young woman doesn't have a choice.
У нее
It might be nighttime. Where can she escape to?
Куда она пойдет? Она боится. Она
She's frightened and stays for 3 nights.
переночевала 3 ночи. Все это
And after
позор.
that, she can't leave,
Она считается все
because that would dishonor her as a married woman.
Она может уйти, но за ней вот
So
эта
she stays.
печать, что она уже побывала замужем, остается.
Here, Damira is buying groceries at a local market. And she's talking to men about the problem of kidnapping brides.
It's illegal, and it violates women's rights.
But usually the men say they too will kidnap their bride. Every year, 15,000 women are kidnapped and forced into marriage in Kyrgyzstan. And that's only the official figure.